Aries, and welcome back to the Journey of Self. I am your intuitive tarot reader as well as your host, Brandy, and this is the journey. Okay, so what we have here is your year to come, 2019. A quick glance into what 2019 has to hold or has in store for us. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've picked 5 cards. These are Isis Oracle cards that I'm using to actually get an insight to your year. What I'll go ahead and do is clarify on these cards. Now, there are some things that have come to me as I'm doing this. I feel like some of you are going to suffer from a breakup, okay? And also, not just breakups in love, but breakups in partnership. There are going to be some rearranging and realignment of energies in your life. I do believe that you guys are going to get a spiritual uplifting and your first taste of alchemy. Alchemy is the ability to turn non-precious metals into precious metal, which is, to gold, pretty much. Non-precious metals into gold. It's really not about alchemy. I'll spare you guys a lifetime of search and just say it. Alchemy is not about actually turning anything into gold. It's a concept of being able to turn anything into something useful or something of value. Okay, so you guys are going to get your first taste of alchemy this year. I feel like you guys are going to be new to this type of energy, but it is coming your way. You are going to get some lessons in it. Toward the end of the year, I do see that you guys will feel as though you've been set back, but you will come out of this year fighting and even more sexy and more improved on who you are. Now, with the first card up, the Divine Sisterhood, I'm going to go ahead and clarify that card. And this card talks about grounding yourself. It talks about boundaries. Also, too, when I see this card, it's telling me to tell you to say yes to going out and finding your clan. You can't find your tribe unless you go out and actually socialize. So what it's telling me is that you guys are going to need to say yes to going out and things of that nature, so you can find your clan, you can find your tribe. And I also feel like you guys will, there is secret knowledge and there is hidden knowledge in going out and actually seeking. There will be something revealed to you. Okay. I feel like you guys will feel like you have a lot of options, but remember, when you have the 7 of Cups, because the 7 of Cups is here clarifying along with the High Priestess. Also, too, before I continue with the 7 of Cups, I want to emphasize that you guys are going to grow in your wisdom through listening. You're going to learn the value of listening more than speaking or not telling everything that you know. My great-grandmother used to say, everything good to eat is not good to talk. So it doesn't really matter what you hear. Everything that you hear is not good to be repeated and should not be repeated. Some things you should just hold on to for your own keepsake. Okay, so that's that. Now the seven of Cups. We see that the 7 of Cups has appeared. Now we know that when the 7 of Cups appears, we are talking about illusions. Okay. It seems as though some of you may be dealing with someone who enters your life and comes out of your life. I think that you guys are going to take some time to think, rest, retreat. And this situation may actually come to an end. You guys may find yourself making a choice. Okay? The phrase that's coming to me is kind of grabbing the world by the kahunas and moving on with your life. Okay, let's go ahead to the next card. I'm just going to put these cards back in the deck. I always like to refresh my deck. All right, the next card is the Portal of Light card. Now, in this card, I see for you guys, you guys are going to begin to realize your higher self if you haven't already. But this higher self is really going to come into focus for you guys. All right, let's go ahead and clarify this portal of light. Let's see what areas that it might affect in our lives. All right. I see you guys making decisions, deciding to take a leap of faith. I see you guys using your strength, acknowledging your strength, living in your strength, walking on with your strength. It can be someone who thinks that they're getting over. You guys, please don't be too strong to the point where you feel like you can defeat any and everything and everybody, or that you're the smartest one in the room, because that will backfire. All right. So this year also too, something that I wanted to tell you guys is that you're going to need to use your heart over your ego this year. This year is going to be about heart over ego. Cycles ending, as we see here. Not getting stuck in your head. Just because some things are ending, feeling beat, battered, and bruised, understanding that there is still yet to be seen. There's still more to come. Waiting for your ships to come in. Thinking, resting, and retreating. Okay, so another thing that I keep seeing, the same thing that keeps coming up, Aries, is that you guys can't be as impulsive as you usually are. You're going to need to slow down. Use a little restraint, okay? I feel like you guys also need to know that it is this card here that is actually going to bring you your first taste of alchemy. This is the power over 7 Scorpions. This is a power to conjure. See, in the ability to conjure, which is something that alchemists understand, right? Bringing something from nothing, changing things from one state to another, you need energy for that. So I can understand why in the beginning of your year and throughout your year, you're going to start observing more than actually participating as well as speaking. You're going to be more of an observer. You're going to gain wisdom through listening, because it is a conservation of energy, which makes sense, which really makes sense. If you're going to learn to conjure, if you're going to learn to bring lower vibrations to higher vibrations, which is a gift within itself, you're going to need to understand and harness your power. You're going to need to be able to ground yourself. You're going to need to be able to pull from your inner strength. The strength card keeps coming up. You guys are going to have to learn to be a little less. Strength card keeps falling out. Seriously. You guys are going to need to learn to be a little less hasty. All right. So now we're at the pillar of light. The pillar of light. Okay. Now you guys some of you may actually have rituals that you do practice and rituals that you participate in. Some of you, it's simply going to be going to the gym, eating better, taking care of yourself, having a routine. It's simply going to be things like that. Okay. And at times you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel as though you can't make any moves, but it's okay. Continue on with your rituals, because in your rituals, you become more powerful in the order of things. So when you create these orders, create these processes, you're going to become more powerful in these things. Now, also too, guys, you guys are going to have to call in that pure white light, wrap yourself in that pure white light, and allow it to kind of take over and cover you. All right. And that, right, being able to keep that pure white light goes back to this, being able to conjure the energy to turn lower vibrations into high vibrations, or being able to keep your vibration high. Pure white light energy does not dwell in darkness. But I'll tell you some good news. It takes more energy to stay dark than it does to allow the light. So, don't worry. If you're already in the dark, you're already strong enough to get into the light. All right, there will be some transformations. I see here There will be a spiritual transformation. You guys will actually be able to do this task of being a beacon or a vessel for this light. You guys will find the illumination, because let's remember, the hangman state, it's not just sitting still waiting it out. It's about sitting still waiting for the illumination. Once illuminated, this card turns upright and we move on. The Queen of Pentacles is here. She's very stable, very resourceful. Okay, so with that being said, I don't doubt that you'll be able to do this. All right, now we have this last card, the Queen of Heaven. You guys are being protected and being guarded. There's a lot of feminine energy here. You are wrapped in love. You are loved. You are blessed. Some of you are going to be worried, but don't worry. I feel like you guys are going to start to rethink some things. Society, church, marriages, partnerships in general, and the way you see yourself in society. All of these things are going to change. Okay, Aries, that has been your look at 2019. That is a quick glimpse at 2019. All right. You guys feel free, if you would like a personal reading, to come to my website, thejourneyofself.org. This is where you can find your personal readings, and we can get into more of this year in depth. All right. Also, too, if you guys are interested in the manifestation bracelets, the ability to bring in certain energies into your life, such as twin flame, love, money, career, life path, any of those things, just let me know. Also on the website, you guys can also make comments on these videos. If you have questions or you want to get in contact with me, you can make contact on these videos. All right. This has been your reading, Aries. The last card out talked about being in an advantageous position and having to fight to stay in your position. I guess that is the last message that Spirit wanted to tell you. Like I said, like I said in the beginning of this reading, I did see some breakups of partnerships and relationships, but I do see you coming out of this year much more, dare I say, sexy as well as strong. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and namaste.